finished off with a win over Southern Miss on Friday night, which we had a great crowd at that game, really excited to finish up winning double-digit conference games again. Game on Thursday night or Wednesday night, I should say, did not go the way we wanted it to. Troy got off to a good start and popped us pretty good. They shot the ball really good early, and then we actually wound up out shooting them before the game, but the free throw and the three-point differential was a problem, as well as the turnovers. Both teams had a lot of turnovers, but we had a season high that we'd tied against those guys at Troy. And we changed our sights. We moved on. We mixed up the starting lineup, put Mike Thomas in the lineup as well as Brandon Hardy. Thought they both played really well. Against Southern Miss, 6 steals from Mike, which is the most in the conference all year by any conference player. And then Brandon had 5, and both those guys scored the ball. They brought something to the team, and I thought we had great energy. Again, the crowd pumped us up. We had a great crowd, and it was a great way to end the regular season at the Cajun Dome. We're excited about going to the conference tournament. Playing in Pensacola is always fun, and we like it so much we decided to leave it a couple days early. Instead of playing on the weekend, we're going to play Thursday. So it's important that we get over there and have good practices and be ready to go for our opponent on Thursday, which will be either Coastal or Monroe.
So what's the likelihood that Themis will be on the trip with the team?
Still working through some stuff there. You know, it's that's all I can really say. We'll know more tomorrow.
So how does that, I mean, was Friday's game an indication of what that would mean in terms of how you handle not just who's starting, but just the rotations and throughout the game? Yeah,
I think so. The way we played Friday against Southern Miss, got London and Kentrell off the bench and Kyron. So.
London and Brandon at different times have shown what they can do. Do they do different enough things to where you can kind of cover all your bases, depending on the matchup? I don't know if that makes sense.
You're not playing them together?
No, what I'm saying in terms of if you're playing this kind of team, then they can help me here. And if I'm playing this kind of team, and we can kind of cover all our bases depending on who we're playing. Right.
And the one luxury with those two guys is, to me, they're both wings. They can play the 2 or the 3. If we want to go smaller, we can play them both. They both rebound the ball well. They're good defensively. They're both aggressive with the ball. I mean, I'm really excited about those guys moving forward and tried to indicate that all year. They've been behind some good players, but we've certainly got confidence in them. They've scored double figures in, multiple games, both of them. And we're going to need that scoring as we move into the tournament.
Was there a moment that was kind of a breakout for Brandon early this year that you remember, that was sort of one time that said, okay, this is the guy that we thought he was going to be?
Well, he hit a couple of buckets against Rice in that game, and that were impressive. Got a steal and got it back and laid it in, and he hit a 3. But at Marshall, I think he hit 2 or 3 threes in the first half at Marshall and kind of kept us in the game. And that was an indication. And then we come home, play Coastal, James Madison and Coastal, and then we go to Troy, and he has double figures in the Troy game, but he has a concussion, runs into a guy's elbow and had to miss several games. So he kind of had to reboot and start over.
It seemed like it worked well with Kentrell off the bench. I mean, how did he handle it? He seemed to handle it well, and he knocked down 3 threes.
Kentrell has one goal, and that's to win. He has no concern about starting, or there's never an issue, ever. We're about the team, and we're going to continue to be about the team moving forward. I thought it was important, and I told the coach this morning staff meeting that, I put him back in, said it after the game the other night too, put him back in late in the first half, and we ran an out of bounds play for him. He knocked in a 3, and then the second half he shot the ball with confidence and made a couple more. So I thought that was huge for him to get his stroke back. Kobe's been working all week weekend up here shooting, and as he has been, he's shooting the cover off the ball in practice. And if he can get his first couple in, look out.
Is there any matchup wise, one team over the other? I mean, I know it hadn't been that long ago that you lost a game in Monroe, obviously, but what does that look like?
Yeah, the Nagopo played really good against us at Monroe, and one of the best game he's had all year. And the big kid, Ojiaka from Coastal, is a very good player, too. He led the league in rebounding. I think he had 6 more rebounds than Joe Charles for the rebounding title. And both are going to be bigger than we are. We do know that. But, we're not concerned. We're going to scout the game. We'll be there in person. We'll be ready to play whoever comes out of that game.
These guys play Coastal this year?
Did we play Coastal? Yeah, we beat them here. It was after the James Madison game. That Saturday night.
Mike does a lot of things good for you. Is there anything that you would like to see him, for lack of a better term, do better for you? Is there anything that you would like to see him focus on?
Just maybe be a better passer. He's good, but I want him to take it to the next level. He's got great speed. He shoots the ball well. He's good defensively. So all those things really help our team. And just being consistent.
The last 2 years, not, on some of the players that weren't here, I know, but how much can that help you, or is that just something we talk about, the experience of having some success?
Yeah, I think, past experience is not the indicator of future success, but I do think that it's important to our guys know. I mean, we had starting guards in the game last year. We won 3 games. Year before, we got the championship game. Mike Thomas was our starting point guard. I mean, we've got some confidence playing there. We've had a lot of success, and I would have rather played well there than not played well.
Mike was really good Friday. Did starting change his approach? And just talk about his focus and maybe what is different for him now, other than actual starting, but in terms of just how he runs the team, or his responsibility.
Yeah, Mike has done a good job. He's played really well for us. And in that 7-game win streak, he came in at Arkansas State, hit 2 threes. He hit a couple threes against Texas State, all first half, and really gave us a scoring punch. He did it in a couple of games here as well. And we need his shooting and his scoring. As we talked about earlier, his speed, his defense, all that stuff's important to us. Mike's had confidence all along, and he's, tried to do what's right for the team. And I think his teammates are real excited for him and are trying to give him confidence, and they did that Friday night, and I think they'll continue to do that.